result discussion part is important. As you can see here, critical analysis of results and discussion is very, very important thing. What does this critical analysis means? Basically, more on reasoning phenomena, comparing, validating. These are the things that we meant for critical analysis, critical discussions, reasoning phenomena. So that's why it is highlighted here. Critical analysis of the results. So without this, if you just present, then it seems something like the undergraduate work. Okay, so if you critically analyze, compare, validate, discuss, and also highlight the novelty here. So how to highlight the novelty? So you have the literature results. So in the literature, their results is 10% improvement. So now your results are 20% improved. So there is a 10% improvement compared to literature. So you highlight that one in your corresponding results, that our results are 10% better than the literature, than the available work in the literature. And this is also the reason you need to put aside the references over here as well. This is purpose is to compare. So literature has several purposes. You can put in methodology, you can put in introduction, you can put in literature, you can put in result discussion, but purpose is different. So keep that in your mind. If you do the simulation work, normally simulation work has a lot of uncertainties. So that's why you need to validate it. So you can do experiment, you can use literature work. So this is again to avoid the errors. So if error is less, validation trend yours and literature or experimental is closely matched, I think that will make the paper strong. It will convince the reviewers. But again, if reviewers are expert, they will check and validate, they can verify. So always try to be professional. Don't hide something. If you don't understand, if you are not clear, so again, these are the purpose also need to do collaboration. So this is again, we are not very strong in our group at modeling simulation. So that's why we invited some strong people from Saudi Arabia and India. They are making our work very, very strong. They are happy, we are happy, and at the end, we can manage to publish in good quality journal. As I mentioned, we have limitation. We don't have much application, but using computer tools, using software like Transys, COMSOL, and ANSYS, we can still do the application part. This is how we overcome our problems, and also the role of collaboration. Particularly during this COVID situation, it is very important, this collaboration. You can keep yourself motivated, you can keep yourself live through this collaboration during this COVID situation, because we don't know how long it will take for you and us to go into the lab. At Sunway, still we cannot go lab. Still there are limited access. So 4 months, 3 months, we cannot go lab, so we suffer. But how to overcome? This is the way. So you have to know, you have to learn all these tricks as well, doing in conducting good research. So limitations of the results, I think here you put some of the limitations. So let's say this is only for air conditioning, this is not for all appliances and something, and avoids errors of contradictions and quality figures and tables. As you can see here, nobody will read these things, so always try to be mindful, careful to provide something, anything you put that is quality. Okay, so I think there is a Origin software, it can help you to improve the quality. There is an Excel, and I think there are many software also, it can help you to improve quality of your tables, figures, particularly the figures. So this happens when you just copy and paste from PDF and other sources, so it will be faded and it does not make any sense. So obviously it is not a good approach. So as you can see the results, you can present, you see there are many figures. It is not good approach to present in such a way. Okay, you can combine. So this is again how to present results in a concise way. Not so many figures, not so many pages. So there's a page limitations in scientific research and publication. So this is, you see, you put the legend, you put the details. Okay, you can put the second axis. So this is how scientists, you can superimpose. So you see some model paper, how they have written, how they have concise the data. Okay, many of the data they have presented in one figure, one graph. So you read some of the papers in Science, Nature, how they present their results in a very concise way. Not so many figures, not so many tables, not so many graphs. So this is again, you need to learn, you need to see some model papers, good quality papers, how they have done. Then addressing in that way will not be a difficult thing because there are softwares. So now this is very important slides for all of you. This is again based on my own experience. So as you can see, I have taken some of the content from literatures and some of the content is my own. These are basically based on my own experience. So how to make your analysis very strong, not like undergraduate thesis, not like undergraduate experiment. Okay. Recently, I experienced some of the papers invited me as a collaborator. So I feel that papers are like undergraduate. So this is again, I'm giving my professional comments here, how you can avoid these things. So very important reasoning phenomena. Reasoning phenomena is mean why there is a fluctuation, increasing, decreasing, why your results are better than others. So you have to put strong scientific reasoning phenomena. You can use literature survey. You can use other words to explain. You can find some, for example, SCM image told you, showed you something that you linked with your results. So there might have purpose of why you take the SCM image, why you take the FISM image, why you take the TM image. There might be a reason that will link to your analysis. So always try to link with them. Highlight of originality. This is something sometimes you just report the results, but you never address what is the originality. So normally I will be looking for how much improved. What is the better findings compared to the literatures? Validation comparison, as I mentioned, so if results are simulated, even your experimental results, some works already done. So this will make your results analysis strong, robust. Again, the error statistical analysis is basically measurement error. So there can have some error. So if equipments are accurate, it was calibrated, and if you do the statistical analysis, and that will tell you how robust your results are. So some particulars reviewers normally ask these things. So these are the things also when you are doing the analysis. These are the checklist. You can take the snapshot shot, and you can ask yourself when you are writing your final stage of submitting it to your supervisor, to the journal, you check all these things are addressed or not. No contradictory statement, no redundancy. So sometimes what happens, you put same thing in one table and another figure. So don't put same data in both in tables and figures. You present either one, either tables or figures which you feel will represent the figure, your results. Sometimes maybe table is better than figure. So it's up to you. Which one will make you confident? You just present one, not both. Okay, so as you know, the space are limited, and this is called the redundancy, overlapping, or same thing repeating. This is not good thing. No methodology. So what happens? That's why I put the slide how to make the your paper coherent. Sometimes you bring your methodology part here at the result and discussion section. So methodology is the part where you have to address the methodology part. Don't bring methodology here. Address. You put the details of the equipment here. Don't bring it here. You put the details of statistical method here. How you did the survey here. No, this is result and discussion. So some tables and figures, and then critical analysis. Okay, I hope you understand. Good quality figures. I think that's what I address, and think what should be presented first and what should be presented last. Don't present literature review first. You put your result first based on your stated objectives and methodology, and then start to discuss. Conclusion is basically the achievement of your objectives. So, and this is actually the findings of your work. It is not